Shalom, all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the bishops, and the elders of GMS who as well. Peace and salutation to the elect. My name is Aina. The title of this video is currently no alternative to UN Russian Foreign Ministry spokeswoman says. And, basically, I just pulled the title from the article. So this is, more shameful spewing on America. This is, actually, let me grab this again. This is Revelations 20, because in prophecy, as we go towards the end of the current rulership, of America, we have America, America going out, deceiving the nations and gathering Russia to the battle, right, which is World War III. So that's what's taking place. So Russia and America are at odds, and Russia is putting out information against America, right? And America is trying their best to hide all the information, right? Not really explaining what's going on to the public and all of that. So this is Revelation 20:7. It says, "And when 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea." Right, so it's going to be, a lot of troops over there in the Levant region battling. Right, this is the NLT. He will go out to deceive the nations, called Gog and Magog. Right, and this goes back to Ezekiel 38. Right, this is Russia, Gog and Magog. It says in every corner of the earth. So and Esau, that's exactly what he did. And now that all his his witchcrafts and sorceries are failing, that's why now you have the Pope and everything trying to open up portals. They have the Hadron Collider, CERN. All these things are, probably on overdrive now, so they can stand their enchantments, going back to Isaiah 47. So this NLT again for Revelation 27, it says, "He will go out to deceive the nations called Gog and Magog in every corner of the earth. He will gather them together for battle, a mighty army as numberless as sand along the seashore." Right, so that battle is going to take place. But ultimately, Esau, Edom, and the rest of the heathen will be destroyed. That's going into Isaiah 34. So that's the point. That's prophecy. Russia and America are at odds, towards the end of this kingdom. Let me see if I can grab that. This is, what is it? It's 9 and 6. So I'll get to the point. It says, "For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, the end is manifest." It says, "Even so the times also the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works and endings and effects and signs." Right, so that's what we have taken place, endings and effects and signs, different things, shameful spewing on Esau, his glory felling, the people moving away from him, right, not trusting him, it just, moving around him. So anyway, currently no alternative to UN Russian Foreign Ministry spokeswoman says, "In accordance with the foreign policy concept, Russia prioritizes its activities, including in terms of ensuring national security." Right, so Russia sees the UN as a valuable asset currently right now, even though they're trying to find ways around America, just like they're doing with the money system. Right, that's why you have the BRICS. Right, they form BRICS to go around the money. But UN is important because it's United Nations, like, so all the nations together have a voice. Russia uses the UN a lot to throw shameful spewing on America, right? Trying to call, meetings and assemblies that America should attend to, but they don't show up to these meetings regarding certain things in Ukraine, regarding the biolabs and also the children, wicked things going on there, so. It says currently no alternative to UN Russian Foreign Ministry spokeswoman says, "In accordance with the foreign policy concept, Russia prioritized its activities, including in terms of ensuring national security." Right, Maria stressed. All right, so this lady right here, right, she's stressing this fact. It says there's currently no alternative to the UN, and Russia sees its function. Right, and this is Russia is a voice. Because going to the war, which I got, let me grab that. Going to the war, I brought that out. Let me go back over here. This is Revelations 20 and 7. It says, "And when 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, in every corner of the earth. He will gather them together for battle, a mighty army as numerous as sand along the seashore." Right, so this is Russia, right? And Russia sees its function, right? And this Russia is a voice. Because going to the war, which I got, let me grab that. Going to the war, So we're gonna grab. I'll read this again. It says, Revelation 27, and when 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog. This goes back to Russia, like I said. That's Ezekiel 38, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. So there's a lot of people battling over there in the Levant region, right? Over there near Israel and all that, where things are popping off right now. But this battle that's coming, that's happening at the end, with effects and signs, is World War III. Right? So we have here Revelations 11 and 14 says, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. So, you had World War I, you had World War II, and now you even have, the third woe, which is World War III, like I said, and you can even get this one. Revelation 9. Let me see where this one at. Revelations 9 and 12, it says, one woe is past, and behold, there come two woes more after. So World War I happened, and it's prophesied that two more woes will come. You see? So World War I happened, then you had World War II. Let me just move over here. And then now World War III is coming. It says, Revelations 11 and 14, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. Right, so that's the point. So Gog and Magog, the America revised Rome, the Roman Empire would fall. That's that after it says, and when 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. So the Roman Empire fell, and after 1,000 years, it came back as America, and it went out to deceive the nations, and make them drunken with their policy, their laws and their policies and things like that. That's how they deceive them, and of course with their witchcraft, and they're gathering Russia to the battle. Right, so that's what's happening. So there are odds in there, they're battling and everything. And what's happening now is that when World War III takes place, each side will have its allies. America will have whatever allies they have, which it seems to be few, and Russia will have their allies, which seems to be many. Right, and it's prophesied and sure to be many, but you can see it in real time how these nations are turning away from Babylon the Great. Just the point, it says there is currently no alternative to the UN, and Russia sees its function as imperative, especially in ensuring national security. Russian Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria said when commenting on the United Nations anniversary. Today, there is still no alternative to the UN in accordance with the foreign policy rights. So they really want to find a way around this. They might, the UN is almost completely disbanded. I think the president-elect, which is the 17th now, he's almost in office, is even talking about, I don't know, leaving the UN or something like that. It says in accordance with the foreign policy concept, Russia prioritizes its activities, including in terms of ensuring national security. We do this through the development of balanced solutions to armed conflict, defending the key interests of our country and like-minded nations among the international majority, the diplomat emphasized. So this lady, Maria, pointed out that the UN has faced many challenges in its history. The Cold War, which put humanity on the brink of a nuclear apocalypse many times and created significant obstacles to the collective search for solutions to global threats, was the biggest challenge. The fleeting unpopular moment in international relations also negatively affected the UN's role. The United States and its satellites, which they're using now, and even now the satellites of the United States are a problem for Russia. You have something like Starlink, because the satellites of the United States are helping Ukraine, to, shoot the missiles and destroy, buildings and things like that, people in Russia. So the United States and its satellites, believing themselves to be the victors of the Cold War, took license by carrying out various unlawful ventures, often simply ignoring the organization and its charter, the diplomat said. And that's something that Esau Edom does today. The scriptures say, as for his enemies, he puffeth at them. And I believe that's this. Yeah, we're going to grab it. This is Psalms 10:5. It says, his ways are always grievous. So that's what the article is saying, about America. right? The wicked, Esau, Edom, his ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them, right? He have said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. It says, he sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doeth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. That's the point. That's this devil Esau Edom, right? And these people, these other nations are starting to wake up to the fact of that, right? And actually speaking on it. Like the weak are saying that they're strong, and now they're voicing, their voice, and they're also now going to take up arms against, Babylon the Great, who never thought they would be in adversity. They was always the one going out doing the adversity, So anyway, it says now the UN-centered system is once again in crisis. The organization is widely accused of excessive bureaucracy, inefficiency, redundant efforts, poor resource management, etc. However, the UN's faltering, and why is that? That's what Israel dragging out Babylon the Great. Let me see if I can grab that. Is it Jeremiah 48 or 49? Jeremiah 49:20, it says, therefore hear the counsel of the Lord of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, that he have taken against Edom, right? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, America, Babylon the Great, and his purposes that he had proposed against the inhabitants of Teman, right? That's going back to America also. It says, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. So all because of Israel and what they have going on, they're dragging Babylon the Great also into this World War III, right? And the light is being shined on them because of all this turmoil happened over there and what some people call the Middle East. That landmass over there, which is Asia, right? So the least of the flock being Israel, like I said, right? The 1948ers. So says now the UN-centered system is once again in crisis. The organization is widely accused of excessive bureaucracy, inefficiency, redundant efforts, poor resource management, etc. However, the UN's faltering authority and limited effectiveness are not primarily due to any inherent flaws, but in the collective West's destructive approach, which undermines the organization from within, she said. So that's the point. This shameless feeling is being put on them, right? And the world is watching. It sees, and they want change, right? It says, according to Maria, given the aforementioned context, it is obvious that it will only be possible to fully restore the credibility and prestige of the UN if the Westerners abandon baseless claims to their exceptionalism and display their willingness for equal international cooperation grounded in the balance of interest, right? So America, once again, going much that Psalm 10, their ways are grievous. They puff at their enemies. They don't care, right? It says it is possible to make progress towards achieving the lofty goals enriched in the UN Charter and finding effective solutions to the global problems of the modern era only through the combined efforts of all member states, the diplomat emphasized. So that's the point. The world hates what America is doing, right? They want America to change. Donald Trump says make America great again, and they're saying, yeah, America has become shit, and you should make America great again by getting along with your peers and people that you sign agreements with, and that's a precept too. I can't really think about it right now. But you gotta read this again. Psalms 10:5, it says, his ways are always grievous, judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. Right? That's the point. This is Obadiah. The point I want is in 7. We're gonna start from 1. Obadiah 1:1. It says, "This is the vision that the sovereign Lord Yahweh Bashmiel shall reveal to Obadiah concerning the land of Edom. We have heard a message from the Lord Yahweh Bashmiel that an ambassador was sent to the nations to say, Get ready, everyone. Let's assemble our armies and attack Edom. The Lord Yahweh Bashmiel says to Edom, I will cut you down to size among the nations. You will be greatly despised." And who's the ambassadors? Who has the message? The men of the Lord, the prophets, right? It says, "You have been deceived by your own pride because you live in a rock fortress and make your home high in the mountains. Who can ever reach us way up here? You ask boastfully," right? That's going back to that Psalms 10. It says, "But even if you soar as high as eagles and build your nest among the stars, I will bring you crashing down," says the Lord Yahweh Bashmiel Shai. It says, if thieves came at night and robbed you, what a disaster awaits you. They would not take everything. Those who harvest grapes always leave a few for the poor, but your enemies will wipe you out completely. Every nook and cranny of Edom will be searched and looted. Every treasure will be found and taken. All your allies will turn against you." And this is the point, right? What you're going to grab. These nations, really are upset with what America's doing, right? And each day that, goes by, they're, increasing their voice and increasing their stance on it. Even Donald Trump now, he's about to be new president. So he's talking a lot. He's in the news a lot. He's reaching countries a lot. And they're just, point blank denying the things that he's trying to do, regarding getting the Panama Canal, that thing over there where the ships pass through to make it shorter. Trump said that belongs to America and they want it back. And those people said no. They're trying to get Greenland. They're trying to make Canada the 51st state, and that increases their borders. That goes to war also, which, Russia is watching that and all of that. So it says in verse 7, all your allies will turn against you. They will help to chase you from your land. They will promise you peace while plotting to deceive and destroy you. Your trusted friends will set traps for you and you won't even know about it. So that's the point. The allies of America, are secretly right now, having secret meetings of how to, move around America, basically. Perfect example, like I said, is the BRICS. Ezekiel 16:35, and this is going into Jerusalem, right? The Israelites, but now at the end, now that we're at the end, it's Esau's turn for his judgment. It's wherefore, O harlot, hear the word of the Lord Yahweh Bashmiel Shai, which America is a harlot too. It says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashmiel Shai, because thy filthiness was poured out, and thy nakedness discovered through thy whoredoms with thy lovers, and with all the idols of thy abominations, and by the blood of thy children, which thou didst give unto them." Right, and Esau, does these acts. It says, "Behold," this is the point in verse 37. "Behold, therefore I will gather all thy lovers, whom thou hast taken pleasure, and all them that thou hast loved, with all them that thou hast hated. I will even gather them round about against thee, and I will discover thy nakedness unto them, that they may see thy nakedness." Right, and that's that shameful spewing on Esau, right, on their glory, right, for all the things that they do and are currently still doing, and trying to hide the fact that they're doing it. This is Revelation 17:14. This is going into, the 10 horns, which are the vassal states of Babylon the Great, the NATO EU. Revelation 17:14, it says, "These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them." Right. So this also is going to that battle, which is World War III, on the return of Yahushua. Excuse me. Because in the midst of that, Yahushua will return, right, and redeem us, because this war will get nuclear. And things will be shot over here in USA, Babylon the Great, and we will need to be, redeemed and saved from that. Revelation 17:14, it says, these shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. And he said unto me, the waters which thou saw where the horse sitteth, and you can get 2 Ezra chapter 13, it says, and he said unto me, the waters which thou saw where the horse sitteth are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. It says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the Lord, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Because we have up here in verse 12, it says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. So see, they're one together, America and their vassal states, which is, is more than 10 now. But it's still the vassal states that belong to America, that will turn on them. It says, these have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. And, they have America's, nukes and bombs and missiles and things like that. And America has put all their defenses and money into these people, and they're going to turn on them. Going back to verse 16, this is Revelation 17 and 16. It says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. For Yahweh hath put it in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree, and to give their kingdom unto the beast, unto the words of Yahweh shall be fulfilled. So it wasn't by the might of Esau, Edom. It was by the might and power of Yahweh Basmi outside that Esau was able to do the things that he do and gather into, these nations. So that's the point. It says, and the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. So that's Babylon the Great, right? And that goes into Esau, Edom's blessing and his sword, So he had his fun and he did what he did. And now his judgment is here, right? So that shameful spewing. So that's the point with that. I'll say shalom to those elect, which consists of men, women, and children. Shalom.